Hi everybody, Kevin here, back again with more content. From my last video, obviously there's a lot of criticism. So instead of talking about Striker, we're going to talk about Lightsworn. I managed to get first place at my locals recently for Edison. Please excuse my neighbors. At the time of this recording, they're having a great time with their music. And my brother's playing Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3 or whatever it is, popping off. But they're about Children's card games. As you can see, here's the 2 OTS packs that I won for getting first place. It's a nice place. Shoutout Cardart. Great place, great community. We'll open this at the end. We'll see what we get. Probably garbage, you know. But anyways, it was free, so that's cool. We'll go over some matchups, deck lists, why I play certain things. And, you know, it's a nice change of place from Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is getting a little bit annoying. You know, kind of build a board and then billion negates and all that fun stuff. So we're kicking it old school to Lightsworn. So let's get into it, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So let's get into the monsters. First, we play 3 Wolf, of course. Wolf is the heart and soul of the deck, in my opinion. Probably the most important monster outside of, you know, your JD, because he starts plays, gets rid of cards, and your opponent has to answer it, right? If they attack into it, that's free advantage for you. You mill 3, and then try to pop a card, probably the monster or something like that. If they don't attack into it, you just flip it and then get an advantage there anyway. So either way, it's bad for your opponent if they don't get rid of this somehow. You're just gonna get free advantage, you know, which is the point of Edison Yu-Gi-Oh! So there's that. Of course, we play 3 Wolf. Always play 3 Wolf. You're playing pure Lightsworn. Yeah, you draw it. I'm very good at the game. I think almost every single round I drew it at my starting hand somehow. But we can get rid of that with, you know, some discard cards that you'll see later. And also it just comes with the territory, right? Sometimes you're lucky, you mill Wolf and you pop off. Sometimes you draw it, it happens, right? It's part of the game. After that, Double Celestia, right? She's very good. For example, if your opponent doesn't attack your Raikou, you obviously just normal summon her. Remember, it has to be a Lightsworn in order to get the double destroy effect. And also remember, in Edison, sometimes you don't want to do the double destroy because, you know, if you're playing around Starlight Road and stuff like that, things you don't really have to worry about in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But you do here in Edison format. So 2 of her. She's very, very good. Gets rid of stuff, especially back row, which is very annoying in Edison format because the ban list is, you know, 1 MST, 1 Heavy Storm, stuff like that. So against back row is a problem. And because of that, we only played double Lila though. I think 3 Lila is maybe too much for me personally, but she's obviously a good normal summon because she starts milling 3 cards. And, you know, again, get rid of back row. Let's say you attack, you get rid of the back row, and then she goes into defense mode, and then hopefully one of the traps or spells or something to protect her. You'll be the last turn, tribute to her to summon Celestia, right? So that's just really good, especially in my rounds that I'll explain later. Of course, here's the 1 of Lightsworns, 1 Lumina, because she's at 1. 1 Giant, right? 1 Arcus. Your opponent also has to respect this on board. So that means like stuff like Book of Moon or other very, very annoying cards like there's Taroko or whatever the one, like Gale, right? The Blackwing. It's been a long time, but the Blackwing that have stuff, you can't target. Also, remember that you cannot target your own Lightsworn as well. So in the grave, so Lumina can't summon because technically it just says Lightsworn monsters cannot be targeted by effects. So, you know, there you go. Maybe that comes up. And then, of course, 1 Eren Jaeger. Eren Jaeger shuffles back people's Raikous and other back row, face down cards. Yeah, you still get the effect and stuff like that, but at least, you know, maybe they don't hit the grave or whatever. So there's 1 Eren Jaeger. And of course, non-Lightsworn, double JD. JD was MVP, of course. Judgment Dragon MVP. I'll explain matchups later, but my final matchup, which both of us were undefeated, game 3, he had Lumina and a Jane. He was at 15, I was at 700. Basically everything's gone, right? It's a really long grindy match, and the only out I had was JD, and guess what I did? Believe in the heart of cards. JD showed up. He came in clutch. He got attack, right? And he didn't have honest, so there you go. JD for the win. Believe in the heart of cards, kids. Of course, because of that, double honest. You know, when you play Sky Striker for a long time, you obviously are very used to hand traps, and in this kind of particular Edison format, not really too many hand traps. Off the top of my head, just like Orange Light, right? Herald of Orange Light, honest, maybe Battle Fader, if you count that as a hand trap, but still honest. Honest. Make sure opponent double guess themselves whether or not they want to attack you. Because sometimes I would bluff and I say, oh, they ask how many cards I have. Just hit one. I just leave the card right there. I just start, doing this. And maybe they pass turn. That happened to my friend. I didn't have honest at all. It was just a completely like brick hand, like a wolf or something. But it didn't attack because they were scared of honest. And that's fine too. When you draw honest, is very good because that means your opponent has to attack you or you attack them, or it's like a weird mind game kind of thing, which is kind of missing in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit, but that's okay. Obviously too honest. And then the one-ups, so one hamster because I feel like if you draw it, you draw it. If not, that's fine too, because it can, flip and then special summon your Raikou face down, and that's more advantage for you. So then you can do your Celestia stuff and pop off. One card troopers to start milling, also draws a card, right? One Necrogarda, it can banish yourself to negate an attack. But fun fact, I guess this is the new one, because the original errata is that our original text, it doesn't say like the next attack, but this one does. So negate the next attack this turn from a monster your opponent controls. I don't know if Edison would follow this ruling or whatever, but that's what we decided to follow. And it comes in clutch, obviously, if you want to protect one of your monsters or something. And then again, tribute to summon Celestia MVP. All right, and then one Plague Spreader, right? Self-explanatory, 2 in your synchro place. And then one Gores, one Tragodia. Tragodia is kind of mid, honestly, I'll be real, but it did save me in round 4, the final round, because my opponent attacked into me and I had Tragodia just barely enough to live, right? But most of the time, I feel like with Lightsworn, you're never gonna have too much hand advantage anyways, at least in this particular build. So I don't know, I usually side it out, to be honest. I usually side it out if I'm going second or something like that, right? Yeah, so going first, you probably might want to hold on to it just in case you break, so you can get at least some value out of it. But if you're going second, then usually I side it out. So there you go, that's all the monsters. We'll move on to spells, of course. Okay, here are the spells. So 3 Sola Recharge. 3 Recharge. You draw a wolf like I did. Be very skilled. You pitch it, draw 2, mill 2. Very good. Of course, 1 charge. Ooh, sorry, lightning. 1 charge. 1 charge light because it's only at 1. A funny thing that happened was my opponent, I believe, got Lumina and also milled Wolf the final for round 4, like for the match, right? Game 3. I did that, and also I had Lumina in my hand, and I decided to YOLO it, Solar Recharge it, and like it kind of worked out. You'll see. And then Double Book of Moon is also an MVP because same thing with round 4, which is very great. It was a mirror match, kind of with a very spicy build with like E-Telly and Krebon, so they can do some synchro plays. But a funny play I did was that they summoned Goyo Guardian. I book a Moon their Goyo Guardian, and then I summoned my own Goyo Guardian, and then attacked their Goyo Guardian. Had 2 Goyo Guardians. The person next to me was laughing. I was like, "Why do you have 2 Goyos? How'd that happen?" But there you go, Book of Moon. I would say the most underrated, if not very, very staple card that I will probably play in every single deck that I play in Edison. So 2 is fine. 1 is not enough. 3 is probably too much, in my opinion. So there you go. The broken one, so 1 Brain Control, a Steel Leaf, 1 Vortex if you draw Wolf like I did, 1 Foolish Burial to send Wolf or send Blake Spreader, send whatever you need. But usually, I would usually send Wolf because most of the time you're not really gonna. I mean, I feel like you never really go into synchro, extra deck, except for Goyo and like Brio, basically the easy ones, right? Maybe I summoned Black Rose once, but I got negated by Royal Oppression, so there are 1-ups. 1 Space Attune, 1 Heavy Storm, get rid of back row, self-explanatory. 1 Rhoda, search Jane, search Aaron Yeager. So that's it for the spells. And here traps real quick. 1 Beckoning Light, 1 Trap Dust Shoot, 1 Threatening Roar, 1 Mirror Force. I would play a second Beckoning Light, but I did not get it in time. And you're probably also wondering, what's the deal? Why are you not playing Gareth? What's going on? Didn't get it in time, so there you go. No Garoff. Would I play Garoff? To be honest, I didn't really feel like I missed it because you need another Lightsworn, right, to start milling, and then you draw cards. Maybe that comes in clutch, but I don't know. I feel like it would never really come up to me. I'd rather play something else instead of the monster, right? Or maybe I'll play like a second Jane instead. Maybe, I don't know. It's another name, right? So there you go. Threatening Roar. Cancels your opponent's battle phase, so you can at least hold on to your monsters and then Again, tribute to make Celestia or start popping off, who knows. Mid force for people who overextend. A Blackwing Light, add back your Honest and stuff. Sometimes you don't have to activate this, like I had Lightning Storm in my hand. And round 3, my opponent blind MST'd my Blackwing Light. I didn't chain it, even though I had like an Honest and stuff in graveyard, because I don't know, I didn't feel like it was worth it. So there you go. Trap Dust Shoot. Get to see your opponent's hand. I don't think it ever resolved for me. I don't think I ever drew this the entire games. Nope, never drew it. I would usually side this out game 2 if I won, because your opponent's always going to go first, right, if they lose the first one. So side this out game 2 if you win. If you lose and you choose to go first, always side it. That's my opinion. So there you go. That's main deck. 40 cards. 40 cards. They all worked out well for me. And then extra deck is kind of like irrelevant, to be honest. Aside for like 2 monsters, maybe 3 monsters, right? So here you go. This is just suggestions, but I think only necessarily really is YUGIOH Guardian, 1 YUGIOH, right? 1 Black Rose, good times, and then Brio, or like the 3 cards I would say you absolutely have to play, because you're probably gonna summon these 3 monsters the most. The rest are just kind of like, I don't know. There. Here's what I had about like Light and Dragon. Tempest Magician. When I was playing Junk Synchron, I had Junk Warrior, so I might as well just add it in. Mistworm might come up occasionally. Sometimes you can make wacky levels because it's level 11, right? So 2, right, is from Plague Spreader, and then 9s, right? Somehow I don't remember how, but you can. Like maybe you have Celestia, right? Do some stuff there. Allied Justice. 1 whatever, Arm, Light and Dark End Dragon, Red Eyes, Stardust, this thing, that thing. So that's it. Hello, we returned. How embarrassing, I ran out of space to record. But here's side deck real quick. Excuse the lighting too, oh my god, so embarrassing. 1 Cold Wave, negate back row, right? Set up your place. 1 Torrential, 1 Row Oppression. That's against Blackwings and Gladbeast, stuff like that. Oh my god, the lighting's so bad. Please excuse me, so embarrassing. So there you go. And then the rest of them. Roll Decree, Traps, right? 3 Dust Tornado. Fairly standard, right? Get rid of back row. I hate back row so much. Cyber Dragons, side them in, going second. And then kind of, annoying card. Falso Dyna. Game 3 against Mirror Match again, but like Krystiasworn variant. I summon this and JD, and it's basically like practically game. Right? They can't summon anything, and they realistically have no up because you have protection with like Book of Moon and all that jazz, right? So there you go. And then finally 3/3 Dank Crow. I will show you the siding guide for this exact deck list. So what did I side in for the matchups? So please look forward to that right now. While I get rid of all my cards, put them away in a neat pile, and talk about my matchups. Real quick, so you have at least something to talk about or background. So I'll put this here, I'll put that there. Oh yeah, baby, show me that back in the light. So there you go. Hopefully by this time you've seen all the side in, side out. So game 1, I played against Blackwing. Game 1, I end up winning just through poking with Lila and then getting to the back row slowly but surely. He royal pressures me at the end. After I summon Black Rose, try to clear his back row, but he's so low in life that I have enough to summon JD, and then eventually just attack, right? Game 2 of that, I kind of brick hardcore. There was a moment where maybe things could have been different, where he gores me, and then I had gores as well, but it would have been just an equal trade. Maybe I would have bought more time, but it was literally the only card I had in my hand. Probably would have lost there. Regardless, game 3, he bricks because he has too many normal summons, and I just end up milling wolves and all that, so that's over. So that's Blackwing. Game 2, I play against my friend. Shout out to Reshef. He's playing dragons. Game 1, he sets up all his back row. He has to special summon dragon. The one thing where you can't special summon the floodgate, I don't remember what it's called. I think the Kawaii Maru dragon thing. Very annoying as well. But I had opportunity for Gam. Unfortunately, the last card of my deck was literally JD, and if I just attacked, I probably would have won, but I was too scared of his back row, which are all bluffs. Game 2 and 3, I sided my back row. hate like roll to Kree, which I end up never activating, but he saw it because I milled it, so he was playing a little bit more conservative. I ended up attacking pretty consistently, right, and getting rid of his back row when appropriate, like with Dust Tornadoes and MSTs and Lilas. Game 3 ends up being a bit of a grind until I summon JD and basically go from there. JD's very good if you didn't realize that already. And also Goyle Guardian, which ended up goiling his the Red Eyes Wyvern thing, so you couldn't get the free special summon from graveyard because it's on defense mode on my side, right? So that kind of screwed him as well. That's game 2 against Dragons. Game 3 I play against Krystiasworn. Game 1 he just kind of low-key bricks. Well, I wouldn't say brick, it was a little, obviously just back and forth and stuff like that. He ends up gorging me, but I outed through a back row hit like a Mirror Force and Honest and stuff like that. Game 2, completely brick, nothing, just drew Wolves and Aaron Yeager's too many normal summons, nothing. Game 3, I see good old False Edina, like what I said, False Edina, right? False Edina MVP. Summon JD first and then this, which is basically low-key a lockdown. But since JD has the mandatory effect activation, he ends up heralding it, which I guess is probably the correct play. However, he also did have Honest in his hand, and I think he could have outed the Falso Dana with the Honest or something. Maybe it was the right play. I don't know. It was weird, right? And then game 4 was the mirror match with pure Lightsworn-ish, but with some spicy stuff that I saw, like Krebons and E-Telly. Right, so they can start synchro summoning and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I don't know. I don't think you realistically want to go into this at all. You just kind of want to rely on your back row, try to go 1 for 1, and then slowly build advantage through your Wolves and stuff like that. Because Wolf's annoying, right? It's 21. It needs a lot of, like, you need like to answer the Wolf, right? If you mill it, they mill it. So game 1, I narrowly end up winning because of the double Goya play. Game 2, completely brick. This is a pattern, I guess. And then game 3. He has me on the ropes. He cites in Dank Dank Crows and all that, but I don't think it ever came up. He ends up like a play I remember is that I end up drawing a Lightning Storm off of a Lumina Solar Charge. So obviously I charge, or he charges, he sets up Wolf, he has a board, and then I end up drawing my Lumina, but I also have Solar Recharge. So I'm like, YOLO, right? Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. So I YOLO it for Lumina Solar Recharge. I end up drawing Arcus. So good old Arcus, Mr. Non-Targeting. Right, where are you? So I end up drawing this guy. Where are you? Arcus, the kind of mid one. This one, right? Arcus can't be targeted, stuff like that. Arcus with a Lightning Storm. So I try holding on as much as I can. He ends up with brain control to synchro off my monsters, whatever I had on board. He makes X-Sabers or whatever, right? Just to get rid of monsters. And then I end up drawing to Aaron Yeager. Aaron Yeager, right? I end up pitching the Aurus with Lightning Storm. I try to attack for Gam with Aaron Yeager, but he has the Necro Gardna, right? Which again can negate the next attack, which I got rid of with Dank Dank Crow, so you know it kind of forces things. But I think maybe it wouldn't have mattered anyway, so you gotta negate the Necro Gardna or banish it, right? So then 1 turn he ends up top decking into a Lumina. Where are you? Oh, I have the, what's it called? The Lost Art. You can see her tummy. Little maps, baby. So there we go. He ends up top decking Lumina. He pitches and makes a Giant. Alright. He ends up picking a Giant. Attack. I'm down to 700 to his 1500. And then obviously I have so many resources in the grave because it's kind of a grind game in EDISON format. And then my only out, JD. Guess what I end up doing? Guess what your boy Kevin ends up doing? Hey-ya! JD summon. Attack into his Lumina. Or Gam. Anything? No Honest? UG. Handshake. There you go. So those are my matches. Again, Blackwing, Dragon, Krystiasworn, and pure Lightsworn, but in a very spicy build. I think it could have gone either way. I just got very lucky. Like the week before, I went 1-3. This week I went undefeated, but you know things change with Lightsworn. It's a little bit of luck, right? A little bit lucky. So in the spirit of luck, we're gonna open some packs live here. You see my reaction. Here's the first one, gang. There you go. OTS pack. I don't know what the ultimate is, but I'll make it matter. So here we go. Oops, sorry, JD. Excuse me, actually use this background. There we go. Boom. Labyrinth, Coco Clock, now YUGIOH, whatever, Spooky King, Dragon, Dark One. Full, I guess. I don't know. And then we'll do this. Alright, the last one. Here we go. Boom. Soul, Supreme King. Oh, good, blah, blah, blah. Now you do another one. Alright, so big garbage. But that's okay. We're here for fun. Support your OTS if they're a good OTS. Shout out to Cardart. There you go. So that's the deck. Lightsworn. Don't worry, we'll do striker content whenever it's relevant. I promise I'll have a better, I would say a newer deck list, right? I mean, I would say it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, the last striker update. So don't worry, guys. We're just here to have fun. So see you guys around, huh? Thank you to all channel members. Likes, comments, sub. Bye-bye. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and sub for me, please.